Hello everyone. This chapter will study bonds, bond valuation, and interest rate. So the topics in this chapter include key features of bonds and bond valuation, and measuring the yield of return, and assessing the risk. First, we talk about a bond. So the key factors of a bond including the par value, which is the face amount of the dollar value paid at maturity. The second concept is coupon interest rate. So the bond will pay you a coupon at the end of each time period until maturity. If no coupon rate, is called a zero coupon bond. Maturity is the years until bond must be repaid. A bond has a issuing date, which is the date when bond was issued. The default risk is that the issuer will not make interest or principal payments. A bond has callable bond and a non-callable bond. If a issuer can refund if interest decline, that helps the issuer but hurts the investor. Therefore, the borrowers are willing to pay more and the lenders require more on callable bonds. For most of the bonds, they have a deferred call and a declining call premium. So what is a sinking fund? The sinking fund, similar to amortization on a term loan, reduces the risk to investor and shortens the average maturity. But a sinking fund is not good for investor if rates declines after insurance. Now we talk about the valuation of a bond. For example, we wanted to know the present value of a bond. The bond has interest rate, coupon rate is 10%, and the par value is $1,000 for 10 years. We can assume a bond value is an annuity plus the present value of that par value at maturity. So the value of the bond is going to be the two parts: a lump sum of $1,000 for 10 years, that's the present value of that lump sum, and the present value of that annuity. You can use financial calculator easily to find out the solution. Use 10 for N and 10 for I, and the present value is negative $1,000. The payment is $100, and the future value is dollars. Now we do another example. What would happen if expected inflation rose by 3%? So that's gonna cause the market rate or the discount rate goes up to 13%. So in that case, the present value will be lower than the par value. So as interest rate rises above the coupon rate, the bond value falls below the par value, so it sells at a discount. Similarly, we can find out if the discount rate declines to 7%, so the par value will increase. So what is yield to maturity? So yield to maturity is the rate of return earned on a bond held to maturity. It is also called promised yield. So yield to maturity assumes that the bond will not default. So we have an example that the yield to maturity on a 10-year 9% annual coupon is 1,000 par value bond selling for $887. These are the steps of how you do the calculation. Okay, now if the coupon rate is less than the discount rate, the bonds will sell at a discount. Otherwise, the bond will sell at a premium. So we can work on more examples using the mini case I posted on Blackboard. Callable bonds and yield to maturity. We have an example that this can be called after 5 years at $1,050. So the callable bond, we can use a financial calculator to calculate the nominal yield to maturity, nominal yield to call. The first step is to estimate interest rate premium. A bond spread is often calculated as the difference between a corporate bond yield and a treasury securities yield of the same maturity. So the spread is going to be the DRP plus LP, which is the premium. There are several institutions doing bond ratings, including S&P, Fitch, and Moody's. They give investment grade of different level, so the higher level of your bond ratings, the lower the rate. So the term structure of interest rate illustrates the relationship between interest rate and maturity. Pretty common case is that is a concave curve. As the years to maturity goes, the higher the interest rate.